Titled The Global Creator Economy.
$528.39 billion by 2030.
Hey, my name is Davis Nguyen, and I'm the founder of My Consulting Offer. We help people become management consultants, and I'll go ahead and tell you that one of the best things that I've done in the past year is working with Shane, especially on our YouTube channel. I can't say enough things about Shane, about just his knowledge, how much he's invested in us, as well as just how much he cares about YouTube and just pushing our thinking. So just for context, we had been running YouTube for about a year, and we're just struggling to get any leads or traction on YouTube. But after working with Shane, we now have like 4x the time number of leads coming in every single week like we did a year ago when it was just us trying to figure it out. Shane, thanks for working with us, and I'm excited that all the people that you're going to help change their lives and their YouTube channels.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? My name is Tappa. I just wanted to give a quick shout out to Shane Hummus. He's really been helping me with my YouTube. Yeah, this guy really knows his stuff. I think the biggest thing that he can provide is just systems for automating your content. As you know, it's really, really hard to be creative all the time, and he's really helped hire the right people and give them the right systems to essentially streamline the content, script writing, creative direction, ideation, stuff like that. And then also monetizing your content in the back end. He's great for that as well. So yeah.
Hey, my name is Clifford Stemmy. I've got a couple of different YouTube channels, but something I've always struggled with is turning the views that I'm pretty good at getting actually into dollars, which can be a lot trickier, but is actually usually the end goal that you're aiming for with a YouTube channel or something like that. Recently, I was able to chat with Shane and do some work with him. He gave me a ton of really, really great advice. Basically made me something like $24,000 more per year without really having to do much of anything. And honestly, based on the advice that he's given me and some of the action steps going forward that I'll be taking as a direct result, that number is probably going to go up significantly. And yeah, he's a great guy. He'll definitely help you out. And I definitely recommend that you work with him.
All right. What's happening? How's it going? Everyone hear me fine this time? Let me know in the chat. Also, when you send your messages in the chat, make sure you send to everyone. Do not send to hosts and panelists. If you send to hosts and panelists, there's a good chance I will miss it because it's a separate chat. All right. Awesome. Okay, where's everyone calling in from? Let's see. I'm going to set up the chat on the side here. Okay, we've got Florida, Texas, Wisconsin, Green Bay, Idaho, Panama. Got Texas again, Houston, Chicago, Maryland, Panama. Two from Panama. Same person twice. Okay. Chicago, Georgia, small town north of San Antonio, Texas. Nice. All right. Kansas. Very cool. I used to live in Kansas. Used to live in actually western and eastern Kansas. I lived in the Lawrence area and also the Colby, Kansas area. Nice. Panama, Mexico. Awesome. I was just in Mexico about a month ago. Went to Mexico City, Playa del Carmen, Cancun. Good stuff. All right. Cool. So, basically, guys, we've got a really good presentation for you today. I don't know what Google is prompting me here. So we got a really good presentation for you today. I'm going to be able to answer all your questions about YouTube. But before we get in, what is the biggest problems you guys are having when it comes to YouTube? And don't say getting more views, like an exact problem. What is a specific thing you're having trouble with? That's not like a broad problem, like getting more views or making money or growing your channel or something like that. Like something very specific. Go ahead and comment that in the chat, and I will try to answer and help you with that throughout the presentation. Getting started. Okay. So what's stopping you from getting started, Norman? Also, we are streaming this in the YouTube group. Much better. Like, guys, I highly recommend if you're looking at this in the YouTube group, just go ahead and transfer to Zoom because it's going to be way easier for me to answer your questions if you're on Zoom. So click the link and transfer to Zoom. All right. Norman Franklin says minimal equipment and too many ideas. Okay, so basically, you're saying that you don't think you have the right equipment to start, and you are having trouble picking your niche, essentially. Would that be fair, Norman, to say? Alejandro, choosing a specific topic or several themes. Okay, so kind of picking your niche again, right? Is that fair, Alejandro? Figuring out best tools to use. So many better keywords, titles, thumbnails, and descriptions. Okay. Okay. Best tools to use. Got you. All right. Norman says absolutely. Awesome. Um, Sharon says creating an idea that can monetize. Okay, so picking your niche, basically. Like that's kind of picking your niche. Or it could be video idea as well, to be fair. How to organize, separate my topics, niches. Okay, got it. So kind of picking your niche as well. Okay. I think we're definitely going to have some good stuff for you guys. I'm also going to talk about some of the tools we use as well. Maybe towards the end though. So, all right, let's do this. Everyone can see my screen, right? Hybrid personal brand, how to start your profitable YouTube personal brand in 2025. Let's go ahead. And by the way, I am seeing a few, like some comments on YouTube. It's going to be very hard for me to respond on YouTube. So I highly recommend you guys click the link and come in on Zoom, and then you can talk to me directly. Like we'll be in the same Zoom call. So, yeah, I see Cameron Digital Skills and I see Paul Santos. Appreciate it, Paul. Yeah. Okay, awesome. So how to start your profitable personal brand in 2025. Let's get rolling. So first of all, why start a personal brand? Well, if you look at all these people, you know, some of them you might like, some of them you might not like. But if you look at all these people, they all have one thing in common. One big thing in common. And that is they have massive personal brands that they built over a long period of time. And they did it in many different ways. Obama used social media right when it came out. He was very smart in how he used social media. Elon Musk also used social media, but he used other things before that. Donald Trump used newspapers back in the like 80s and 90s. He'd get newspapers, etc., and he built his personal brand. He also wrote some books. The Rock used movies, but all actors use movies. But the way The Rock built his personal brand from those movies and turned it into acquiring a tequila company and then selling it for $1 billion is a masterclass in personal branding. Mr. Beast, of course, did it from YouTube. Oprah did it from TV. So she had her own TV show and she built her personal brand that way. But they all have one thing in common that is a massive contributor to their success, and that is building their personal brand. Now, the next question is why YouTube in 2025? Because there's a lot of different ways to build your personal brand. Of course, Mr. Beast did it on YouTube. You know, a lot of these other people do have YouTube channels, but there's other ways. But why YouTube in 2025? Well, YouTube is growing faster than any other platform. The creator economy market size, I look at these charts every single year, and every year they move the goalpost, right? I remember a few years ago, they were predicting that I think by 2030, the creator economy would only be worth like, 200 billion or something like that, right? And now it's like I'm seeing 2034, it's going to be worth $1.4 trillion, which is absolutely insane, right? So that is what we're working with here. That is how fast it's growing. I mean, YouTube has literally pulled ahead of Netflix, right? There's more watch hours on YouTube than Netflix now. It's the number one social media platform, and it's projected to grow even faster. And so, a lot of the ways that these people grew are not really accessible by the average person, right? It's just inaccessible. But YouTube, like anybody can upload on YouTube, right? It's removed the gatekeepers and anyone can upload. And YouTube is by far the most profitable platform. Just about everybody else on, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, etc., Vine back in the day, they all tried to migrate over to YouTube. And there's a reason for that, because they were getting a lot of views on those platforms, but they weren't actually making any money. Whereas YouTubers make big money. In fact, there's a YouTuber. He's the richest YouTuber in the world. I like bringing this guy up. And it's not Mr. Beast. Physics Walla company valuation. He is worth 2.8 billion, and he started off just posting Physics Walla. Physics Walla. He started off just posting very, very simple videos in his basement. I mean, look how bad this video is, right? Very simple, blurry videos on his phone, just drawing stuff in his basement, teaching people physics, right? So he's an educational YouTuber. That's another thing to note, right? You've probably never heard of him, and he's the richest YouTuber in the world. And by the way, when I say richest YouTuber in the world, I mean someone who started on YouTube and got their money from YouTube, not like a billionaire who just happens to start a YouTube channel, right? And so that's just a perfect example right there. A lot of people don't know about that guy. $2.8 billion valuation. So these are the opportunities that are on YouTube. And I think it's just the beginning. I mean, there's going to be YouTubers that are worth 10 billion, $100 billion. It's just a matter of time. And one of the biggest reasons is there's just so many ways to monetize YouTube. So let's talk about a few of them. There's AdSense. There's obviously, this is how much you make when YouTube pays you for ads. Now, this is just a tiny fraction of what you can make. There's ways that you can make way more money than AdSense. But then there's affiliate marketing, right? So you can just have some links in your description. It's the closest thing you can get to passive income, right? Just post a video, you make money from AdSense, you also make money from affiliate marketing. I have videos from 5 years ago that are still getting sales and still making money from AdSense, right? Then you've got sponsorships. Sponsorships are a decent way of making money. I personally don't like them that much just because they're kind of a pain to set up and coordinate, and you also don't get a lot of creative control. Your sponsorships have to be okayed by a company, so you have to like communicate with them. But there are a few really high quality companies I work with, like Coursera. Of course, you have to be very careful with sponsorships because we've all seen a lot of the sponsorship companies not turn out to be not that good, right? Like FTX, for instance. So you got to be really careful with sponsorships. And that's one of the reasons why I don't do them that much. Memberships, school. This is a great one. So you can create a school group, have a group there. People pay, $10 a month or whatever to be a part of the group and be a part of a community. You can have some training there, some, that kind of thing. And then SaaS is kind of the same thing, right? So you create a piece like a software that people could pay you, 10, 20, $30 a month and they can use, right? So that's another way. I'd say SaaS is quite difficult. So I'd recommend to beginners to start with membership if you're going to do the monthly recurring revenue route. High ticket offer, courses, programs, trainings. Basically, you could just do like one-on-one coaching, right? And you sell like a package of, you know, 15 one-on-one coaching sessions for, $3,000 or something like that, right? So something as simple as that, right? This is a great way to make money. People love to work directly with experts. So it makes a whole lot of sense to do an offer like this. Then you've got career opportunities. And this one is really underrated. One of my clients, for instance, Josh Madakor, I like to use this example. So he, when I first started working with him, he was making almost no money whatsoever. And, I started working with him like way back, like 4 years ago, like around this time. And he was making no money whatsoever from his YouTube channel. And we helped him scale his YouTube channel to a really big number. I'll tell you that number in a second. But before we did that, we actually used his YouTube channel to get him, like he was able to use his YouTube channel to actually very easily get an elite job, right? So he got a job offer from Facebook, or Meta, I guess, got a job offer from Microsoft and a couple other really elite companies, like FANG level companies. And he accepted the Microsoft job offer, and he was just like, that was like his dream job. So it was a really good job, making over 200,000 a year with amazing benefits and everything. And he got that because of his YouTube channel, right? So he went from a good job, it was like a low six-figure job, to like his dream job, making over $200,000 a year. And he got that because of his YouTube channel, right? So that's another powerful, powerful thing when it comes to YouTube channel. Not to mention networking as well. You get to network with like the top people in your industry. Like I've met CEOs of like huge career related companies because I'm one of the top people in the career industry on YouTube. So, the networking is absolutely incredible. So I've also gotten equity in big companies because of my YouTube channel. So there's so many different ways and this is just the tip of the iceberg. There's so many other ways to monetize as well. So this is for you if you want to not just make money, but build an incredible career. Because the thing that's wonderful about this is you can build your personal brand, and most businesses, if you fail in the business, you just kind of wasted your time, except for the skills you acquired. But realistically speaking, from a ROI perspective, you kind of just wasted your time. When it comes to personal branding, if let's just say you try to build up a YouTube channel and it doesn't go that well, kind of like it was with Josh, like he wasn't growing that much at first. You could still like make useful content that people in your industry appreciate and then get a good job from it, right? And another thing that's great about building a personal brand is the fact that you can pivot, right? If you don't like whatever you're trying on YouTube doesn't work, you can just pivot to a different niche and try something else. Most businesses, if it fails, like you open a restaurant and it fails, you can't like pivot to a yoga studio. It's like that's not going to work. So, but on YouTube with personal branding, you can very, very easily pivot, which makes it extremely useful for you to actually put your time and effort into, because it's not a waste of time. Because you build up your channel, you're talking about stuff, it's like, okay, it's like maybe it's not what you end up doing in the future, but you build that audience, and then that audience continues watching you into the future, right? Because they form relationships with you. And so this is for you if you don't just want to make money, but build an incredible career, access jobs you wouldn't normally qualify for, connect with previously unreachable people, have opportunities come to you instead of chasing them, and launch a personal brand that you can use to make money online. And in the age of AI, and by the way, guys, with Josh, that example, he eventually made it to over $180,000 a month. And now I think he's kind of just coasting, right? He's just coasting. But yeah, in the age of AI, one person can do the job of so many people now. and you can use AI to stand out. And this is Josh, like I said before. This is a really good example of someone who got all the way to, over $180,000 a month. And he went from struggling to make less than $1,000 a month to making 185K per month with his personal brand on YouTube. He received 2 job offers from FANG companies. And later, he built a business from his personal brand that grew to $185,000 a month. And Josh's testimonial: when we first met, I was a small YouTuber. I wasn't giving that much attention to my channel, and I was about to give up, honestly. I knew I had the knowledge to help people who wanted help, but I just didn't know the most efficient way to reach those people at scale. Nor did I know how to create any kind of streamlined process to get them results as soon as possible. Then, not even 6 months later, I remember having my first $5,000 a month. And pretty shortly after that, I had a $10,000 a month. And through consistently executing on advice you gave me, I recently had a $186,000 a month, which is really, really crazy. My channel currently only has barely over 100,000 subscribers, but I make more than most channels with millions of subs. So thank you so much, Shane, for helping me. Really, really appreciate it. But it wasn't always like this for me, guys. And it wasn't always like this for Josh. So let's go back to the beginning. So when I first started on YouTube, I was struggling as a pharmacist and a part-time career coach on the side. So I kind of started off in career coaching just by tutoring people on how to pass this test called the PCAT. Because I was a pharmacist, PCAT is the Pharmacy College Admissions Test. And I was just tutoring people on how to pass this test so that they can get into pharmacy school and do pretty well in the test so they can get into better pharmacy schools. And that's kind of how I started with career coaching. And then I kind of just, went from there all the way to, career coaching pharmacists and career coaching people, jobs in general. And then I kind of zoomed in on remote jobs because I just think that they're awesome. Remote jobs are awesome. They give a lot of benefits. So that's kind of like where I ended up. But I built a personal brand. And I immediately attracted so many clients that I had to discontinue my one-on-one coaching. Basically, I had other businesses and other like one-on-one coaching going on, and I kind of just had to shut everything down because, YouTube was doing so well. And now, a few years later, we're doing crazy good months. I think this was like February, January, 73,000. I think in January we did 74, 75,000 just from AdSense alone. And of course, making AdSense is the one that's easy to show, but the ones that are a little harder to show is like how much money you're making from affiliate marketing and all this other stuff. But we're crushing it. Like we're doing multiple 6 figures every single month, right? So a lot of videos, absolutely crushing it here as well. And AdSense is just the tip of the iceberg. Like I said, you add everything up. For instance, this is the money going right into my bank account. Total 283,000. With this one here, total 325,000, right? And this is me in Vancouver, British Columbia, Tokyo, Singapore. And at this point, I've launched 2 7-figure businesses from my personal brand on YouTube. And it's not just me. So many people are crushing it. Programming with Mosh. This guy basically just does programming tutorials, right? Just teaching people how to program. He's a great teacher. He's very likable. And he just does programming tutorials. And he just records videos and, people could learn programming in a million different ways, but they just enjoy his teaching style. So watch him. It's Keaton. This guy basically is I'm going to say he's kind of like an affiliate for a software company. And almost all of his videos are about this software company. And the specific company is called Go High Level. He's making 7 figures a year. Just at one thing. He's an affiliate for Go High Level. He's making 7 figures a year. Programming with Mosh is making multiple 7 figures a year. Devlin Peck, small channel, right? 66,000 subscribers, 406 videos. He helps people become basically usually teachers. He helps teachers become instructional designers. Okay. This is a very specific career where you make essentially like interactive training videos, where you can actually the questions will pop up and you can actually interact with the training videos. So if you ever worked in corporate settings, you probably had training videos where they'd ask you a question halfway through the video, you'd have to answer them and that kind of thing. This guy makes those, and he teaches other people how to do it too. He's making 7 figures a year. But Shane, I'm too busy. Well, here's an example of a kid who basically just recorded himself cold calling for the first time. He's trying to sell his service. He just recorded himself cold calling. So he was going to do it anyways, right? He was going to cold call anyways. He just turned the camera on and recorded himself while he was cold calling, and then just took that video, uploaded it to YouTube, 363,000 views, got him 8,000 subscribers. That's like the only video, right, that popped off on his channel. 8,000 subscribers. So he was too busy, but he still did it, right? He found a way to do it. But Shane, I don't have the tech. This guy, Mr. Ballin, some of you might recognize him. He's one of my favorite true crime and I don't know, it's just weird niche content creators. Great storyteller, probably maybe the best storyteller on YouTube. 5 million subs with just an iPhone. That's it. I think he finally upgraded to like an actual camera, like after 5 million subs after, and he's definitely making like, probably multiple 7 figures a year, maybe even 8 figures. But Shane, I have no skills. Steak and butter gal. She just documents her diet, right? She has a very very specific diet where she just eats basically like steak and butter. Like that's her diet. It's like a carnivore diet, or a part of carnivore diet. And she just documents her diet. And no offense to her, I'm not saying she doesn't have any skills, but I'm saying that you could probably just document your diet and just share your experience with the diet, right? You know what I mean? Same thing with this guy. He kind of like documents his diet, and he, makes videos about veganism. So, both extremes of the diet spectrum. So yeah, there you go. But Shane, I'm too old. Oh my gosh. This is, guys, this is the worst one right here. It is so easy to grow on YouTube if you're older, okay? Because think about it, it's supply and demand. There's tons of people that are very young posting on YouTube. Tons of people that are very young posting on YouTube. Very, very few people are older posting on YouTube. And people like having like an uncle to ask, or an uncle and an aunt to ask advice to, or it's almost like a mom or a dad or a grandpa or a grandma to ask advice to, right? People love having that. So this guy right here, Medicare School, his channel is all about Medicare. He makes 8 figures a year. His channel is all about helping people save money on Medicare costs. This channel right here, Dry Creek Wrangler, he basically just gives life advice. I don't know how much money he makes per year. He's probably retired, so the money's not even that important to him. But if he wanted to, he could be making 7 figures a year. This video right here, just a guy, an older guy, just recording with a very bad camera, and he just says an old man's advice. 29 million views 11 years ago, right? 29 million views. Azul. He basically helps people plan for retirement, and he makes very simple videos where he just records with his iPhone, and that's it. Turns his iPhone on, records with the iPhone, that's it. And no edits, just super, super simple videos. He's making 7 figures a year. This guy right here, why I gave up everything and moved to the Philippines. This guy is making a full-time income. And of course, he lives in the Philippines. So it's like, even if you're making $1,000, $2,000 a month, you're probably doing okay, right? As a Westerner. So, but Shane, what about the ladies? Because those were all guys. Give me some examples of ladies. Oh, we got lots of examples. Here's one of my clients right here, Nicole. She helps women get into cybersecurity. That's a field that, traditionally women don't really work in, cybersecurity. When people, picture cybersecurity professional in their head, they probably picture a guy, a very nerdy guy. But she's a woman and she works in cybersecurity. And a lot of the clients that she works with are other women that are trying to get into cybersecurity as well. And they relate to her because of the fact that she's a woman who got into cybersecurity, right? So, yeah, this is a great channel. She had an over $80,000 month. I think she's another example of she could be making 7 figures a year. Some of my clients don't really want to share that kind of thing, but she did tell me she had over an $80,000 month. So you multiply that by 12, that is 7 figures a year. It took me 30 plus years to realize what I'll tell you in 10 minutes. Very simple video, just a woman recording in the forest, 5.2 million views 3 months ago. Older lady, right? 185K subscribers. But Shane, what if I'm having bad luck? Miss Taffy, her business shut down. So she went from a six-figure business owner to working a 9 to 5 job. And she said she lost her dream life and she just recorded a video talking in her car about, going from six-figure business owner to working a 9 to 5 job. That's it, right? So she monetized her misfortune, right? You can monetize anything, right? And I'll show you exactly what I mean. But Shane, what if I don't want to start a business? Well, this guy basically, makes videos about how to use very niche AI related software like N8N. So it's an AI agent software. And he actually in his videos, he's not planning on starting a business. He's actually just doing this to help other people. And I guarantee you, if he wanted to get a job at just about anywhere he wanted, he could get it easily because he's established himself as like one of the big players in this AI niche, right? So really good channel. But Shane, what if I don't want to show my face? Oh, tons and tons of channels that are crushing it, not showing their face. Marriott is hiring remote jobs for beginners that train you. This channel doesn't show their face. What I've learned, Magnets Media, Charisma on Command. And there's like a lot of other really good examples. I think we should put Wiz as an example on this next time. Yeah, remind me of doing that, Pat. Make sure you write that down. Let's put Wiz on as an example in here next time. So actually, I'll just show the client real quick. So this is a really great example. So Wiz of Ecom. This is a client that started off making faceless content, and he was able to scale his business to 7 figures making faceless content. He was just an avatar, right? He wasn't revealing his face. He was just showing an avatar here. And he was able to scale his business to 7 figures making faceless content. And finally, he did a face reveal. Here's the handsome guy right here, right? He did a face reveal, and he's doing even better now. He's making multiple 6 figures a month now. He's crushing it. So yeah, that's an example of a client who started off faceless. But Shane, what if I have absolutely nothing going for me and I'm working a dead-end job with no skills and no way out? Wow, that's weirdly specific. Ian on YouTube. He literally makes videos about, why I'm a 30-year-old working a dead-end retail job. 2.8 million views, just documenting his misfortune, right? So you can document almost anything. And as long as you're making videos about it and you get decently good at making videos, which by the way, he just uses his phone to record videos, working sick and constant robberies, working retail at 7-Eleven. And here's his comment section. He literally had like tens of thousands of dollars donated to him in his comment section, $200, $500. And if you scroll down through that comment section, you'll see it's like tens of thousands of dollars donated to him, right? Just monetizing, how crappy his work situation is. Right. So there's literally no excuse, right? You guys might be saying, well, can I do that? Am I able to do that? Will this work for me? We had a few comments at the very beginning. People were talking about how I don't think I have the right tech. I don't think I have the right niche, that kind of thing. Guys, nobody starts off knowing it all. Nobody starts off just like having this master plan, like a chess player calculating 30 moves ahead. That's not how it works. Okay. Nobody knows everything when they first go in. YouTube started off as a video dating website. YouTube, where you guys all know me from, most likely, started off as a video dating website. Most people don't know that. So they didn't have it all planned out at the beginning either, right? You're never going to be able to know exactly what you're going to end up doing. So there's very likely you're going to pivot. I pivoted. Mr. Beast posted like 300 videos before he found his niche, right? Hundreds and hundreds of videos, right? So you guys, and it took him years of failure. So you guys might be saying, well, can I do that? Am I able to do that? Will this work for me? Yes. If you duplicate my simple 3-step process, it absolutely can work with you. So let's do this. Marquise Brownlee, all of these guys, Sam Sulik, Graham Stephan, Matt Diavella, all these guys have the same thing in common. There's 3 things you have to do when it comes to personal branding. Show up, stand out, and cash in. Okay? These are the 3 things that you have to do when it comes to personal branding. Because when you think about the other options, 365 days trapped in a 9 to 5 job you hate, PhD skills, typical online business models. When you think about these other options, and by the way, people on YouTube that are commenting, click the link and come to Zoom because I'll be able to answer your questions on Zoom. When you think about the other options, 365 days trapped in 9 to 5 job you hate, PhD skills, typical online business model. Like guys, this is where I went, right? I was poor and I decided to I got to get a doctorate, right? I went to school, I got multiple six figures in student loan debt to become a pharmacist, right? It's rough. It's rough out there, the job market. And even then, like, okay, I was making good money, but I had so much debt, and you know the job was brutal, right? Um, but when you think about these other options, 365 days trapped in 9 to 5 job you hate, typical online business models, there's brutal competition here, guys. Everyone's doing it, right? If you try to go the route that everyone's doing, it's probably not going to work out. When sometimes I have friends and family members ask me, hey, should I start a YouTube channel? And I'm like, yeah, you should. That's great. And they're like, oh, I want to start a YouTube channel on gaming or something. And I'm like, you will be literally one of probably 50 million gaming channels. Okay. There's brutal competition. But if you do YouTube in the way that I recommend, there's really not that much competition. And that's where basically the hybrid personal brand part comes in, which we'll get into here in a bit. So your ability to solve people's problems and your ability to deliver value is equals money, because YouTube keeps growing. People are buying more and more on YouTube. Just to put this in perspective, 1,000 views on the Super Bowl pays about 100 times more than YouTube pays right now. In fact, I think it's multiple hundreds. I think it pays like 300 times more than YouTube per 1,000 views. So it's just a matter of time before that number goes up, right? YouTube is going to start monetizing better, and that number is going to go up over time. So think of it when you're looking for a job or a gig. You're applying to countless job applications, sending out numerous resumes, connecting with hundreds of people on LinkedIn. If you have a business, you're constantly looking for customers through cold outreach, cold DMs, cold emails, cold messages, or you're running paid ads. But what if you could make them come to you? At the end of this live training, you'll learn these 3 secret steps. 1, why having a hybrid personal brand on YouTube is the best way to attract money like a magnet. 2, a YouTube business that generates 5 streams of income while you sleep. And 3, one simple swap that allows you to create a successful YouTube business in less than 90 days. So let's get into it. Secret number 1. Why having a hybrid personal brand on YouTube is the best way to attract money like a magnet. So the number 1 fact for all businesses is that they need traffic. Traffic is at the beginning. If you don't have traffic, you don't have a business, right? Because if people don't know about your product or service or your channel or anything, then how can you possibly make money from it, right? So traffic is everything. Traffic equals customers equals money. So there's a lot of different ways to get traffic. There's YouTube, there's LinkedIn, there's Instagram, X or Twitter, Facebook, email. Then there's paid ads. You got Facebook paid ads, you got Google paid ads, etc. But look at this, 3.8 million views watching me talk about the most useless degrees here, right? And me just, kind of ranting because I wouldn't say I got a useless degree, but I got a degree that, wasn't the expectation wasn't the same as the reality, right? And look at all these people, there's a lot of people on YouTube competing. There are literally millions of highly targeted people that come to you. And this would take years to achieve by approaching customers one by one, right? If you were to approach people and try to sell them one by one, it would just take so long to get them to do this. But there's millions of highly targeted people that just come to you on YouTube. Like you post a video and it's like a full-time employee that works 24 hours a day, and it's going to work for you for free for the next 20 years, right? It's like a little soldier that just goes out every single day for the next 20 years, and its only job is to make you money. That's it. Like, that's the beauty of posting videos online. It's like digital real estate, right? And secret number two is a YouTube business that generates 5 streams of income while you sleep. Um, AdSense, 5 different ways to make money from YouTube, right? You don't want to rely on just one thing, right? So at like the 5 ways that I typically recommend to people, these are 5 really good ways. Now, there are other ways in certain circumstances. I would recommend other ways, with certain clients. But the 5 ways I typically recommend to my clients, depending on what type of channel they're doing, what niche they're in, et cetera. And that's where, working one-on-one with a coach really comes in handy, is AdSense, affiliate marketing, sponsorships, memberships and SaaS, and high ticket offers, right? So AdSense, that one's pretty self-explanatory. That's the ads you get paid on YouTube. Affiliate marketing, this is one of my favorite ways of making money. It's amazing. I have a picture of Go High Level here because they're a company, like, I know there's several people that are making 7 figures a year just marketing Go High Level. That's it. Just being affiliates for Go High Level. It's pretty amazing. So yeah, Go High Level is another really good one. And yeah, just affiliate marketing in general. It's so easy because you just recommend products and services that you would have recommended anyways. So for instance, like, I use vidIQ a lot. I could put a vidIQ affiliate link. It's what I would recommend to people anyways. I just put a vidIQ affiliate link in the description and the pinned comment, and a lot of people will end up buying it. And it's almost like a way of the viewer to say thank you. Thanks, Shane. I appreciate the great video. I guess I'll just use your link. I was going to sign up anyways, but I'll use your link, right? So it's just a win-win for everybody. Sponsorships, some channels, especially entertainment channels, kind of have to rely on sponsorships because that's one of the only ways they can make money outside of AdSense. But sponsorships can be good. Memberships and SaaS. So for beginners, I would recommend membership, much better. This is where people would pay, 10, 20, 30, 40, $50 per month to be a part of a group. And yeah, it can be really good. And then SaaS is a lot harder, not recommended for beginners. With that being said, the richest guy on YouTube, Alak Pandey, Physics Walla, he did start a SaaS company, right? So it's not easy, not beginner friendly, but the richest people, this is probably how they're going to do it with a SaaS company. Then there's high ticket offers, courses, programs, trainings, etc. This could be as simple as selling, 15 consulting sessions for $3,000, right? 15 one-on-one coaching sessions for $3,000, or some type of service like doing someone's resume for $500, right? I'll perfectly do your resume. I know there was a guy who started a business doing finance resumes on Wall Street, and he would charge thousands of dollars for that. And he started a multiple 7-figure business doing that, just doing people's finance resumes. That's it, but very niche, right? Very, very specific, and he's charging a ton of money for it. Or you could, do an agency, right? Running local businesses, websites, or their paid ads and that kind of thing. And then the indirect ways of making money are even better. For instance, mass market for instance, I mentioned this before, but being able to get your dream job, right? That's an indirect way. Networking opens up doors that you wouldn't even imagine. That's an indirect way. I've been able to meet people that are, just amazing people because of my personal brand. Another thing is getting equity in companies. I've been able to get equity in companies because of my personal brand, right? It's like the indirect ways of making money are even better. When that company sells, it's like, there's a good chance I'm going to get like a huge paycheck from that, right? So indirect ways are making money even better. Mass market entertainment content is dying, guys. Don't get me wrong, this is always going to be here. Mass market entertainment content is always going to be there. But remember that fish video, the competition is brutal? That is totally the case when it comes to mass market entertainment content. The competition is absolutely brutal in mass market entertainment. Okay. So I typically don't recommend going into this. I typically recommend education because you have to get there's YouTubers that are getting millions and millions of views a month in entertainment content that are barely getting by. They're barely making a full-time income, right? And then there's YouTubers that are getting a few thousand views a month and making like 50,000 a month in entertainment or educational content, right? Because it's just way easier to monetize stuff in educational content. So educational niche content is the future. And, almost all those channels I showed you were educational channels, right? So just as an example, Boogie298 is a perfect example. This guy actually revealed how much money he was making. He kind of went on the podcast route and he like screenshotted his estimated revenue and stuff like that. He revealed how much money he was making. And it's like $44,000 for the entire year. So like 45,000, that's actually less than the average income in the United States. And he's got 4 million subscribers, 3.98 million. Crazy, right? So he's barely making any money with 3.98 million subscribers making entertainment content. But with education content, I mean, I can show you channels from my clients that have a few thousand subscribers and they're making, 500,000 a year. There's channels that have like, 10,000, 20, 30,000 subscribers that are making $10 million a year from their channel, right? So, yeah, entertainment's the way to go. I always recommend doing entertainment. Once in a while, we do accept someone that does, education is the way to go. I always recommend doing education. Once in a while, we do accept someone doing entertainment. And to be honest, like there's a lot of overlap because there's a lot of educational content that is entertaining as well. So, but look at Charlie Morgan, right? He uses a basic iPhone. He's making $1 million a month on YouTube, basically teaching people how to get clients, how to get SMMA clients. So just start from these 3 cash cow niches, and this is a lot of people are having the issue of picking their niche. This is something we specialize in helping people do. Because for one, you don't pick the niche. Before I tell you how to pick your niche, I want you to know that you are the niche. Okay? So I'm going to tell you how to pick the niche, but just realize that you are the niche. And what do I mean by that? You are a growing, breathing human being that evolves and changes over time. And so when you change, your niche can change as well. And I've changed niches many, many times on YouTube, and I've pivoted many, many times. And there's lots of channels out there that have done that. And so just keep that in mind. You are the niche at the end of the day. With that being said, it is a good time for a snapshot in time. It's a good idea for just a snapshot in time to pick a niche. So the 3 main niches are health, wealth, and relationships. So why are these the 3 main niches? Because almost everybody in the world at any given time is having a problem with one or multiple of these 3 areas: health, wealth, or relationships, right? That's why these are the 3 main niches. And where there are problems, you can help people solve those problems, which is how you can, get a lot of views, monetize, make money, etc. So, so when choosing a niche, you want to choose a specific market, a specific problem, and have a specific solution. I help X do Y by Z. Now, you have this specific market, but they have a lot of different problems. So for instance, you could choose the accounting market, and you could help people get entry-level accounting jobs. Or you could choose, so that would be a problem, right? Like getting an entry-level job, that would be the problem. Or you could choose the accounting market and you could help them get, really high level accounting jobs. Just as an example, I'll show you one of my clients, the financial controller. This is one of my clients and he helps people get really high level accounting jobs, right? So specifically a financial controller. That's the name of the job. So he helps people get really high level accounting jobs called financial controller. Okay. That pays like $200, sometimes $300,000 a year. And so you've got a specific market, that would be accounting in this case. And, one person is helping people get entry level jobs. Another person is helping people, already existing accountants get really high level, financial controller jobs. Right? So specific market, specific solution, specific problem, and specific solution, right? Very important you do this. I help X do Y by Z. I help people get entry-level accounting jobs by my, whatever your specific way of doing it is, which usually that's something you make up. For me, it's hybrid personal brand. I help people grow on YouTube using a hybrid personal brand, right? With getting a financial controller job, it's I help existing accountants make more money by getting a financial controller job, right? So again, I help X do Y by Z. Very important that you create this statement. You need to understand what your niche is, but understand it on a deeper level. It's not just like, oh, I'm in the video game niche. Like what part of the video game niche? Like what do you who do you help? How do you help them? What problems are you solving for them? Right? Very important that you do this exercise. And this is how we give real clarity to our clients is by doing this exercise and just giving them a lot of feedback. And we kind of, interview them about their past and like the skills they have, the things they've done in their life. We figure out a good niche for our clients. So, if you still can't find your perfect niche yet, let me make it easy for you. These are the three most profitable niches right now: health, wealth, relationship. Here's a bunch of examples, right? Personal fitness journey. Share your fitness transformation, right? Start making content about your fitness transformation. Use before and after pictures, etc. We've done this for clients before. It's absolutely crushed. Even people who are already established fitness coaches. We've done this for them. Healthy eating tips, recipes, meal planning, and nutrition advice, right? So, um, yeah, this is another really good one. Whatever diet you're doing, workout demonstrations, exercise routines, form tips, inspirational health stories, overcoming health challenges, just telling your story. If you had a health challenge, telling your story about it. I had one client who started off her channel just by talking about her health issues. And then she kind of actually totally pivoted after that, after she was, through the health issues. But she had an audience of people who were very relatable to like they were followed her religiously almost because they probably had the same health issues and it was someone they could relate to. Finance niche, investment strategies, stock market insights, crypto trends, etc. Budgeting tips, saving money, financial planning, debt management, payoff strategies, credit score improvement, financial literacy, explain complex concepts in simple terms. Relationship niche, dating advice, of course, relationship tips, do's and don'ts, communication skills, conflict resolution, active listening, love stories, share heartwarming stories of couples, marriage tips, building strong relationships, maintaining love. There was one guy, let me see if I can pull him up over here. Hmm. And by the way, guys, I'll answer all of the questions here later on at the end. So this guy right here, he helps people save their marriage, right? So thrive in your relationship and marriage. He basically helps people who are on the brink of divorce save their marriage. Doesn't get very many views at all, right? Just a few thousand views per video. He's making 7 figures a year, just helping people save their marriage, right? So that's another example. You can make money in the relationship niche is my point, right? So here's a bunch of other ones you can look into. By the way, guys, you can screenshot this. I'll let you screenshot this. I'll give you a moment to do that. Let you screenshot it. All right. Okay. So, and then this one, I'll let you screenshot this as well. This one comes from very popular affiliate website. So, basically, super, super popular affiliate website that sells a lot of different affiliate products. So, people are buying this stuff. And so you can definitely make channels in these niches. So, I'll let you screenshot that. Going once, going twice, going 3 times. Francisco, yes, it is for the Spanish market. I have a good friend who's making multiple 7 figures here in the Spanish market. All right. So you don't need millions of views or a million subscribers. You can make 10K plus a month with a tiny channel, sometimes before even reaching 1,000 subscribers. Here's an example of one of my clients, 0 to 10K in just 18 days. Bro, I just hit my first 10K within 18 days of launch. I don't even have 1K subs yet. This is nuts. Thank you, Matt. Once you set this up the right way, here's another example. Bro, I just hit my first 10K within 18 days. Gave my notice at work, feeling fantastic. All streams minus the 9 to 5 made about 40K last month. YouTube revenue is about 5K per month. From YouTube, 32K from our channel. Before we were averaging 4K. This is per month. So 32K per month, pretty good. And then of course I have like really heavy hitter clients, like brand new immature course has 1,200 students now. Will likely clear 100K gross for April. April revenue streams brought in 161,000. We've been pretty flat at around 1 million, right? Rich people problems. We aim to do 12 to 15 million this year, right? So this guy, but he said we should start doubling every month now, though. So so yeah, 4K, yeah. Francisco says 4K in Panama and I'm rich. Yeah, absolutely. So by the way, that friend who's in the Spanish market, what he sells is he teaches people in the Spanish market how to become online sales, get online sales jobs, basically. And quite literally, your videos will do all the work for you. Okay. So you could do whatever you want, right? So you do the work up front, you make the video, and then it's just, like I said, it's just an asset sitting on YouTube, just making you money for the next 20 years. And you can do whatever you want, right? So you can travel the world. Like I said, this is me in Canada. This is me in Tokyo. This is me, I believe, in the Philippines. I don't know what that look on my face is all about, but yeah, me in the Philippines, because the choice is yours, right? Now, secret number 3, one simple swap that allows you to create a successful YouTube business in less than 90 days. So a couple of years ago, people started reaching out to me for coaching. And at first I turned them down thinking that the reason I had success at YouTube was because of skill and I couldn't teach others how to do it. And I've been watching YouTube for a long time and I thought I was like, naturally talented at it. And, it did take me a long time to have success on YouTube, but I just thought, I don't know if I could teach other people how to do it. It's too niche, right? But I decided, you know what? Let's do it. There were all kinds of different people. There was a truck driver. There was a cybersecurity girl. There was an IT guy. There was a salesperson. There was a management consultant, like all kinds of different people from different backgrounds. But these people really needed my help, and I felt a calling to do my best to help them. So I decided to challenge myself. But I couldn't do it on my own, and it wouldn't have been at all possible without AI. And this is when the hybrid personal brand was born. Okay, so I've been mentioning this hybrid personal brand thing. Like, what is this? What is this hybrid personal brand thing? This is what it is. I hatched a plan to help ordinary people grow on YouTube in as little as 4 hours a week because people are very, very busy, right? People don't have, 20, 30, 40 hours a week to do YouTube, which most YouTube training, that's what people teach. It's like, unless you want to do like one video a month or something, you're going to be working like, 10, 20, 30, 40 hours a week to do YouTube. And we use the same YouTube formats, same proven ways of making thumbnails, titles, and intros, same strategy for coming up with winning video ideas, and a little bit of tweaking. And with the help of AI, like I said, we were able to really help people streamline all of the content creation. So with the help of AI, our systems, and our methodology, we were able to help normal people streamline content creation and do it in just, a very short period of time per week. And it worked. Every single one of them blew up. Here's a few examples. This is their channel before we started working with them. Here's after, right? So this is a totally dead channel. It's getting like, I don't know, a few views per day or something, right? Before, after, before, after, before, after, right? And all their channels started blowing up. Some more. 830,000 views. This was a channel that was already doing pretty well, but we immediately started growing it, right? Your channel's up 149%, so over double, right? Immediately started growing it. Another client that like their normal video gets this many views, this video is popping off, 79,000 last 48 hours. And that's when I realized there was a gold rush that no one was taking advantage of. So what if you and I could trade places? What if our swap meant that you don't have to struggle to get noticed in a crowded room full of talent, put on a fake personality just to be remembered, spend hours crafting the perfect social media post, figure out complicated algorithms and platforms, and constantly think of clever things to say in your content? Yet day by day, month after month, your income rises. 5 years later, doing multiple 6 figures a month, every single month, traveling the world. That's another thing is like, I have a true freedom business because I can travel the world. I just spent a month in Central and South America, right? Colombia, Mexico, etc. And I could do that because I have a business like this. It's an online business. I can travel the world. And month after month, we're just crushing it, right? So, yeah. Let's talk about what it takes for you to achieve this. Option number 1, take what you learned from my free trainings and resources and try to get it working for yourself. which took me over 7 years and 5 failed YouTube channels to master. Option number 2, you take the swap right now and I handhold you for the next 6 months. I'll work with you to help you achieve this yourself. And I'm sure you know this is not for everyone. I can only handhold about 3 to 5 people at a time. But there's a $1.4 trillion content creation gold mine that's waiting for all of us. Now, let me show you guys exactly what I mean by this. I wanted to do a case study with someone who I knew that I could document extensively. And so I got my 50-year-old brother to do a case study. So let's check him out. Zach of all trades. This is my 50-year-old brother. We started him off. You know, he's been doing the trades for a long time. He owns an HVAC company and he's been in the trades for 30 years now. So we started him off and literally first video, 1 month, absolutely took off. 445,000 views using this method. Right? There are things that we know how to do. We know how to do it better than anyone else. And we can, if you follow the process, you're going to take off. I'm not going to say first video is going to take off. You know, there's a little bit of luck involved, obviously. But first video took off. It's still getting 618 views per hour right now, right? So yeah, highest paying trade jobs no one's talking about. We started a channel for my brother Zach, immediately took off, right? So this is what I'm talking about. There's a gold mine. There's a gold mine that is just waiting for all of us to mine the content. And I can't do it all on my own, right? I can't create like 100,000 different channels. So I have to partner with people, right? I need partners that can create the channels. And, you know, based on your past, your strengths, your passions, create those channels and help other people, right? Ordinary people, side hustlers, content creators, agency owners, business owners, coaches, consultants, service providers, people that just want to get a better job. Anyone who wants to give more value to the world and deliver life-changing results to more people. And you deserve to have my team and I's full commitment. So would it be helpful if we discuss your situation and the challenges you're facing in starting a hybrid personal brand? If so, apply to book a call today. We're going to drop it in the description and the pinned comment or the chat, depending on where you're watching this. And if it's in the YouTube group, description, pinned comment, and chat. If it's in Zoom, it'll be in the chat. We're going to drop that right now. So this is a rare opportunity where you'll have direct access to me and a small group of others who are using the exact same methods to create 7 to 8 figure hybrid personal brands. Okay. So you will literally have access to, there's, by the way, a lot of my students have passed me up. So like a lot of my students are in the 8-figure realm now, right? They're way above me. They're making 3, 4, 5 times more than me, sometimes more than that. Right. So they've actually passed me up. And I think that's great. You know, some people take it really seriously. They want to go hard and stuff, and that's like, or they have like just a really good niche, and that's awesome. Okay, so yeah, you will have direct access to people who are absolutely crushing it on YouTube, right? Myself, my team, and a group of people that are crushing it on YouTube, and you'll have access to people who are at your level. So you'll have peers that you can kind of bounce ideas off of as well, which is a nice thing to have too. So scan this QR code or click the link below to book a free strategy call now. Go.shanehummus.com/coaching. Scan the QR code if you're on your watching this on TV, or if you're watching this on your computer, you can scan the QR code. If you're watching this on your phone, you can just click the link in the chat, or you can do go.shanehummus.com/coaching. You can just literally type that into your URL if you're on your phone or your computer, etc. And just to go over a few more examples, guys. Philip said, I never ran out of ideas again using Shane's content creation system. He's now making over 30K per month. I learned a way from Shane to automate creative content for my YouTube channel, and it just saves me a ton of time not worrying about video ideas anymore. And his YouTube channel is now an asset to his business, not a liability. Bill transformed his YouTube channel's impact among 177K subs, is now making over $70,000 plus a month. Shane helped me with keyword research, titles, and thumbnails, as well as turning my YouTube channel into a business. Turned his YouTube channel from a liability, sucking up all of his time, to a business that works for him while having a full-time job. Davis, sales went up 400%, now making 100K plus per month after working with Shane. So Davis already had a successful business. He wanted, to run it up with YouTube, and that's exactly what he did. Been running YouTube for a year without much success, but after working with Shane, we managed to gain a 400% increase in sales. YouTube became his #1 source for getting clients and running a 100K per month consulting business. And then Felix, I look for people who practice what they preach. Help them scale an 8-figure business. So Felix is one of my students who passed me up by a lot. A lot of people make their lives quite a bit harder by not ticking all the required boxes because they don't know about them. Shane taught me a bunch of quick fixes that I implemented. Our views tripled, our watch time tripled, our subscriber base quadrupled. I would follow what Shane says to the letter, and you'll have more fun creating content. So yeah, scan this QR code, click the link below to book a free strategy call now. Go.shanehummus.com/coaching. And I'm going to go ahead and take the questions. So I'm going to go ahead and scroll up now, answer all those questions. Anyone watching this on YouTube, click the link to join Zoom because I'm going to be answering the questions on Zoom. It's quite a bit harder for me to answer questions on YouTube. All right. So let's see here. Kevin says, I'm stuck on ways to implement icons. Sorry if that's a typo because I'm stuck for ideas. Sorry I'm late. All good, Kevin. So I know a little bit about your channel, Kevin. Let's go ahead and look at this. So crafting. Let's look at some of the channels that are doing this, like wood crafting. So I don't even know the main keywords. I'm just gonna type this in. But this is what you do, Kevin. You type these keywords in. You can use a tool like vidIQ if you want to find the right keywords. By the way, I'm just guessing with the keywords at this point. It's probably a little bit better to do vidIQ. So I'm just gonna say wood crafting. Okay. Related keywords, woodworking. Okay, looks like woodworking is the best keyword. Woodworking. Okay, so I'm doing this a little bit fast. Woodworking, you see, like wood crafting only gets 1,000. Woodworking gets 263,000. That's the power of knowing the right keywords, right? 1,000 search volume versus 263,000. To me, they're like kind of the same thing, right? But to people who are searching this, like woodworking is much more important. This is why it's important to use these SEO tools. This is vidIQ, by the way, guys. Really like vidIQ. Woodworking. All right. 6 woodworking tips I'd wish I'd known before I turned 40. Okay, so this is educational content, right? 1.4 million views. Educational content. It gets 100 times more views than normal for his channel. 7 simple woodworking tool hacks. I spent 213 hours turning 22-year-old wood into $12,000 table. That's pretty cool. That's a little bit more entertainment, though, I'd say, than education. Whereas these two here are more educational. Let's see. Let's keep scrolling down. How a coffee table is born. Now, this right here, this is a great example for the icon method, okay? Kevin, he's got 35,000 subscribers, and like this is actually free with vidIQ. You can see this for free. 35,000 subs, 543,000 views. And the video itself doesn't look that good, but one thing you notice, he used a good thumbnail, and this you could probably even tell this is almost certainly an AI generated thumbnail, right? So he used a good thumbnail here, right? And then he just shows his process for creating the, how they're creating the coffee table, right? So this would be a good example of an icon method video. So the video itself doesn't look super special. It looks like he's probably filming with an iPhone or something like that. And he's just showing the process of creating this coffee table, right? So that would be a good one. Here's another one, 144K subs. That's a little bit more. But yeah, 1.7 million views. So he's just showing the end product here, and then he's going to show how he created the end product, right? Easy wood carving door design with router machine. There you go. That's another example of icon method. It's nothing crazy special from what I'm seeing. Precision woodworking secrets revealed. Okay, that's not a good one because it's 1 million subscribers, only 118,000 views. So that's not a good example. Yeah, hopefully this helps, Kevin. I'm going through, I'm finding tons, just like endless amounts of good opportunities. Flattening wood doesn't have to be expensive. This is the one, right? 461,000 with 25,000 subscribers. Like I'm finding tons of examples. I'm not sure why you're having trouble finding stuff. Another website is oneof10.com. This is a good website too. I like using YouTube search usually. And by the way, with YouTube search, sometimes you can filter by view count and it works. Sometimes if you filter by view count, like music videos will pop up and stuff, so that doesn't work. But yeah, full 68-day build Rolls-Royce boat tail for my son. That is super cool. Wow, 276 million views. What a legend. Okay. Um, and by the way, guys, just for fun, uh, I'm I'm gonna see how much this video is making. He's making 20 to 54,000 a month just from AdSense alone. So Kevin, there's a lot of money in this niche, man. This is a great niche to be in. You're in a good niche. Let's see how much he made from this video right here. He made $1.4 million from just this one video. And that's just AdSense. That's just AdSense, guys. Okay, $1.4 million. So what do we notice about this channel? Now this is, going away from the icon method a little bit, but what do we notice about this channel? He makes a whole lot of wooden vehicles, right? So I'm not, maybe you could do that. Maybe you could, make like a little wooden toy vehicle or something like that, right? And see if you can get some views with that, right? So yeah. Uh, but yeah, I'm discovering a ton of stuff. Anyways, I'm getting a little bit oh shoot. Okay, I guess my subscription. Do I need to update my subscription? Yeah, I just renewed my credit card, so I guess I have to update my subscription. But yeah, oneof10.com, guys, is pretty good. This is kind of what it looks like. I'll just show you kind of a this is what it would look like. You type in um uh, yeah, you type in keywords and it'll show you like the channels that have the highest views related to those keywords. So yeah, I find different ones using YouTube search versus oneof10.com. I use YouTube search normal and then YouTube search filtered for most views, and then I use oneof10.com to find video ideas. So hopefully that helps you, Kev. Really hope that helps. Yeah. But if you need more help, again, book a call. Let's do it. So next. Choosing a specific topic or several themes. Okay. Cameron Digital Skills says, "Sir, I work very hard, but my channel is not a guru. I don't understand what to do." Okay, let's see. Oh, he's not there anymore. Okay. Now we're back to Leah. Thank you for having this stream. I needed this today. You got it, Leah. Rosanna says, "I love your videos. I subscribed a while ago, but I consider myself too old to do YouTube videos, while at the same time I want to make more money." I hope, Rosanna, by watching this and seeing all the examples that I gave, I hope you changed your mind. Because remember all those examples of older people that are crushing it on YouTube. I would say it's actually significantly easier for older people, right? Look at all these examples. Older people that are crushing it. If you think about it, guys, look where the money is. Like think about it from a big picture perspective. In the United States, 80% of the money is owned by 45 and above. So when you are older, you're going to attract an older demographic. Older demographics have more money. Advertisers pay more money to be in front of people who have more money. Right? Does that make sense? So it's like it's a good idea to attract older demographics. Yeah. So I love your videos. I subscribed a while ago, but I consider myself too old to do YouTube videos. Well, the same. Oh, yeah. Shoot, read the same one. Heck, Kevin said, "Heck, I started a YouTube channel as a general woodworking, teaching techniques and how to actually make things. Now my channel is more wood carving than anything else anymore, and I'm kind of hooked to carving as well, thanks to it." Awesome, Kevin. Leah says, "That's awesome." James says, "Well done, Kevin. Awesome." I'm not making money with it yet. Just throwing an example of someone in here. Carmen says, "I'm Generation X. How can I be relatable to this generation and make YouTube work for me?" Um, I think the niche section probably helped you with that a lot. It looks like Carmen came over to the Zoom call too. Good stuff. Kevin says, "Shameless plug as well. I apply what Shane says in his videos and it works. I've grown it a lot. Guy knows his stuff. Once I can afford to work with him, I'm going to." Appreciate that, Kevin. Max V, sorry I'm late. Wanted to share that video from a year ago. Just had a company reach out to sponsor the channel, providing equipment for reviews. I am still in shock. All good, Max. That is epic, man. I'm super, super happy for you. That's awesome, Max. Congrats. Leah says, "What is your channel?" I'm not sure if you're asking me, Leah, what my channel is. Shane Hummus is my channel, if you're asking me, but you might be talking to someone else. I'm guessing you're talking to Max. Kevin Kraft says, nice, Max. Um, Cameron Digital Skills. Nice. Um, all right. You guys had a lot of comments here. Thanks. The video I'm referring to did a comparison between Ubiquity and TP-Link for home lab networks. Oh, that's awesome, Max. Yeah, that's very, very niche. I love it. Cameron says, I don't understand you, sir. Kevin, for me? Don't understand me? Was my audio okay? Hope my audio was okay, guys. Let me know if I ever have audio issues. Kevin says heavy metal guitar, question mark, awesome. Cameron says thumbs up. Francisco says, is that the Spanish market? Yes, there's plenty, plenty of money in the Spanish market. James says the brother hummus, the brothers hummus. Yes. Yeah. Kevin Kraft, my first video. Yeah, my brother is almost old enough to be my dad. He's like 18 years older than me. I'm the youngest. So Kevin Kraft, my first video when I decided to do weekly videos, and the first one is actually put a little effort into it, is still my best performing video to date, 2 years old, and I have 13 views in the last 48 hours. Guys, like I said before, go ahead, sign up, click the QR code, book a free strategy call now. On this call, by the way, guys, we'll figure out where you are right now, where you want to be. We'll make a plan to get there, and we'll see if we're a good fit to work together. Okay. So it's going to be a super, super valuable call, whether we end up working together or not. But yeah, book the call, guys. Just book it. It's going to be super valuable, and show up. Make sure you're ready to do some, like ready to answer some questions, ready to do some deep work when you show up to the call, because we're going to help you out a ton on that call. Okay. Lana says, question, can I combine native gardening, banned books, and health lifestyle in one channel, or did those need to be separate channels? Generally speaking, Lana, it needs like, usually you'd want to just do one channel. You can try different things on that one channel, but the thing that takes off is the thing that you would want to stick with for the most part. Yeah, that's the most important thing, Anna. So yeah, it's like it kind of sounds like yeah. I would say stick with yeah, things that just talk about things you're interested on your channel, and then the thing that takes off, that's the thing you'd continue talking about, right? Let the audience tell you where to go. You use Francisco says you use vidIQ. Yes, I do. Danielle Carter says, would you suggest going back and changing descriptions and thumbnails for older videos? It can sometimes be worth it. Yeah, especially if your thumbnails are quite bad, it can be worth it. You can breathe some life into your channel by doing that. But if your thumbnails are already pretty good, it's probably best to spend your time just making new videos. Anthony Schmidt said, I heard you say vidIQ. I'm looking to find an AI tool that turns images into video, like 5 to 10 second videos. What do you use or would recommend? VO is pretty good. I would say check out VO. But to be honest with you, like, it changes every week. Like the best AI, like it's advancing so fast, it changes every week. Goatworthy says, I don't trust anyone, but I know YouTube is a real way to make money. But so many scams out there. I run my own channel, does well, but looking to improve it. Awesome, Goatworthy. Francisco Villarreal, yeah, Goatworthy, come into the Zoom call, book a call, brother. We will help you out, man. We'll help you out. You're actually in a perfect position to be helped out by us. Francisco Villarreal, yes, I use keywords everywhere as well. I like keywords everywhere. Hyonki Song, any content ideas using AI? Content ideas using AI? Anything? Like, you can basically make anything, like using AI to different extents, like literally anything. I mean, you could make any type of content using AI. like any niche, any type of content, like AI can at least help you to make it. I'm not saying it could do everything, but it can help you to make it. There's no such thing as AI doing everything. And if there was, like, come on, that would be saturated very, very quickly because everyone would be doing it. Kevin says, but you can use AI to drastically reduce the workload. Kevin Kraft says it was the vidIQ. I couldn't remember. Thank you. Ah, yeah, good stuff, Kevin. All right, guys, drop that link in the description. Slots are running out. Book your free strategy call now. When they run out, we every week we have people who's like, oh, like I wish I would have booked a call, but then we can only take so many calls per week, right? So make sure you book your call, lock it in. James says, that's interesting because you often hear the opposite, that companies skew towards attracting the younger demographic. Yeah, a lot of companies do. And the reason for that is because if you're able, let's just say you're able to get somebody to start drinking Coke when they're a kid, right? Like this, they're probably going to be drinking it their whole life. This is Coke Zero, by the way, but yeah, they're probably going to be drinking it their whole life. But if you think about it, like for making money, the advertising money, it's very clear who's spending the most money. People spend way more money on older demographics, like per 1,000 views. Like sometimes it's like 3, 4 times more per 1,000 views for older demographics because they have the money. So of course they're spending money on them. Sherry asks, thank you for providing this info. I watch a lot of your videos. I'm also in pharmacy, but not a pharmacist. Pharmacy buyer for inpatient. Oh, cool, Sherry. I appreciate you coming on the Zoom call and hope you enjoyed it. James says audio is fine. Leah Gridley says your audio is good. Oh, thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Isaiah Harris, what would be the best way to target people with money in the singing lessons niche? I currently sell a singing lesson offer for 5K, and I have sold 4 packages so far from Facebook ads and want to attract quality people from YouTube. Well, if you've sold it with cold Facebook ads, you can definitely sell it on YouTube. And you would sell it by just solving the same pain points that people have in the Facebook ads on YouTube, right? Make content about the same pain points that people have on YouTube. Now, of course, that's easier said than done, but book a call, Isaiah. We can definitely help you out. And the thing that's beautiful is when you start doing YouTube content, the people from the Facebook ads will look you up on YouTube. They'll start watching your YouTube content, and then all of a sudden your Facebook ads are making way more money too, right? Francisco says politics is a good niche. Yeah, you can definitely get into that for sure. There's a lot of money to be made in that. Goatworthy musical breakdown channel. Explain lyrics and help people appreciate music. Teaching them the intricacies of lyrics and how they're written. Actually, one of my clients does that too. Actually, let me show you the pop song professor. He actually kind of quit this channel because he has another channel that was doing much better. But yeah, he was he's doing pretty well with this channel, but he has another channel that's just making so much more money, so he quit that channel. This is actually a really interesting case study. I kind of love his channel because he has multiple different channels, and he was making kind of like more entertainment style content, following his passion, so to speak, and basically he stopped doing it because he just realized that I can just do my passion as a hobby and then solve other people's problems to actually make money, right? So I'm going to do that instead. And that's where we're at now, and he's crushing it. Anthony says, fair enough. The new AI tool keeps coming out every week. Thank you. Yeah. VO's really good though. VO's excellent. Hyonki Song, you already taught. Hyonki, you sent that to hosts and panelists. Make sure you send to everyone. Miss Tech, thanks, Shane. Learned so much. You got it, Miss Tech. Glad you enjoyed it. Leah Gridley, I know this is a difficult question to answer, but I'm in a situation right now, and I have the opportunity to go to community college paid for. And I don't know if it's a mistake going into business marketing and networking there. I don't really do career questions on this channel, but I generally speaking, or sorry, on these lives, this is about YouTube, of course, but generally speaking, watch some of the stuff on my channel. I talk about like how to pick the right career for you and stuff like that. And basically, if it requires you to go to college for the career, then go to college. If it doesn't require you to go to college for the career, but it helps, then consider going to college. And if it doesn't require you to go to college for the career and it doesn't help, then don't go to college, right? It's pretty that's the easy breakdown for it. So hopefully that helps, Leah. Lana says, thanks for talk and sharing your knowledge and advice. You got it, Lana. Anthony says, still on barcode and can't see your Coke can. Here's my Coke can. uh yeah. And yeah, guys, book the free call. We're definitely running out. In fact, probably just a few more spots available before we shut it down. So book that free call now. Scooby Doo, do you think I should start a true crime YouTube channel? Yeah, you can do true crime. That is a little bit more on the entertainment side of things. But some, there's ways of making it more educational. But it is a little bit more on the entertainment side of things. But yeah, true crime is a great niche. It's an evergreen niche. Yeah, you could go Mr. Ballin style and start something like that. Yeah. James Williams, your cam is showing on the YouTube channel, but not on the Zoom window. What? Okay, let me try this again. I don't know what's going on. Desktop one. Uh, oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, guys. Can you guys see the barcode? Hopefully that helps. Okay. Leah Gridley, thank you. Thank you for tonight. You guys got it. Isaiah Harris. If I hear common pain points people say on my sales calls, but I don't see search data for those pain points on vidIQ, would that be a good idea or not? You have to find the keywords that are related to those pain points. So for instance, like someone might say, oh, I'm having trouble getting views. And then you type in getting views on, for my niche, right, on YouTube and like you're not going to see that much search data for that. But you got to find the stuff that's related to that. So like thumbnails or video titles or SEO or something like that, right? You got to find the thing that's related to what they want. So yeah, just look at YouTube. So for like singers, for instance, look at YouTube for videos that are related to singing. I mean, it's probably as simple as this. I mean, it's probably like let's say type in how to sing better. I don't know, something like that. And then look at related keywords. Okay, how to sing better, 95,000 search volume. So right off the bat, we've got a lot. But let's see if we got some other ones. Mariah Carey, Harry Styles, vocal warm up, 420,000. Vocal warm up, right? Vocal exercise, vocal coach reacts, how to make a song, vocal coach, singing lessons, right? So there's tons and tons of keywords related to singing better. So I mean, it took very, very little time to find these, and this is why vidIQ is such a great tool. So yeah, you can screenshot that if you want, and look at then type these keywords into YouTube and see the videos that pop up, and that's your content right there. But using the icon method, of course. Okay. Hopefully that helps. Okay, if I hear James, change your Zoom view settings to slide by slide speaker. Oh, James said, yeah, James, there you go. Okay. Isaiah, yes, all good on our end. Awesome. Yes, the barcode is full, but your cam window isn't on the Zoom. Oh, that's weird. I'm sorry. Yeah, James, I think your Zoom settings might be a bit weird. You might have to update your Zoom settings. Yeah, so I did the icon method a little bit earlier. Basically, the simple way of icon method, Lana, is this is what we teach people for finding video ideas, which is probably the most important thing that will make or break a channel, is finding the right video ideas. And we find videos that are from smaller channels. Okay, so from a smaller channel, has a lot of views, despite being either bad, hopefully it's bad, that's actually a good thing, or at least mediocre. It's not like phenomenal content, right? And then we steal one thing and one thing only, which is the idea of the video. We make a different title, different thumbnail, different intro, and different content, but we steal the idea. That's the icon method in a nutshell. Of course, there's more to it than that, but that's the method in a nutshell. All right. Uh, awesome. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, Brian. Um, Love it. Love to hear that, Brian. I appreciate it. That's Facebook Live. Brian just messaged from Facebook Live. That's awesome. So Brian says, started CGE with 100 subscribers, have 9,000, will have 10,000 before I'm done. Went from generating 0 to a fully reliable 1,500 a month on autopilot. I've only implemented about 20% of the golden nuggets. More coming. It works. Excellent. Love it, Brian. That's amazing. We'll definitely screenshot that one. Thanks. Appreciate that. Okay, guys. One more opportunity to sign up for a call. And I am going to jump out. I'm going to jump out. It's been a great session this time, guys. Had a great time going over these with you guys. Next week, we will be doing it again next week. So show up again next week as well. We'll go over more different content. We'll go over different content, different training next week. So we'll see you then. And other than that, I think I'm going to jump off, guys. Thank you so much. Have a good one. Appreciate it. Take care. And if